128 players, one trophy up for grabs. Who will take it? I mean, who are we kidding? It's probably Djokovic who will take it, but still, let's have some fun with this pre-Wimbledon tier list. First of all, let me introduce you to the tiers. Champion, top 8 and contender tiers are pretty self-explanatory. Thank you for coming tier is for those who will basically fill up the numbers and will do nothing of note. Here, because of the passport, is a tier for the British guys who are here just because they are British. Underperformer and dark horse pick for a good showing at the tournament are understandable as well. Waiting for the Casper Ruud swing is for those players who are salivating at the thought of playing meaningless clay court tournaments after Wimbledon. And finally, the last tier is reserved for frauds, and in my interpretation, fraud is a high ranked player who will perform exceptionally bad at this tournament for his standards. Now that everything has been explained, let's start filling up the tier list. I would like to start with the British guys because that will be the easiest tier to fill up. Let's start with Liam Brody, come here my friend. George Lofhagen, come here. Where are other English guys? I'm looking respectfully. Artur Ferry. Those are the guys that are going to stay here for now. But now I want to pick an underperformer for this tournament. And I think people just are rating Bublik too highly right now. And that's why I'm going to put him in the underperformer tier. I get that he won in Halle, but I don't think that he will perform well in Wimbledon. I'm sorry for those who are waiting for a Bublik masterclass. Now let's do those that are just here to fill up the numbers. Bonzi, come here my friend. Borgs, come here. Chardy, here. Fokina, thank you for coming. Dan Evans, thank you for coming. Kucovic, thank you. Gasquet, thank you. Goffin, thank you. Giron, thank you. Who else? Hanfman, even though you beat Tsitsipas, still, you are going home pretty early. Ivashka, out of here. Lechechka, Shelton, Shevchenko, Van Ash, Wolf, Yibing Wu, Gaemon Fils. I'm sorry for saying that, but Gaemon Fils is just here to fill up the numbers. I'm sorry. Barrera, thank you. Bautista Agut, even though you played well in Halle, still I do not believe that you will play well in Wimbledon. Altmaier, thank you. Ali, thank you. McDonald, I mean, yeah, I don't think you'll go anywhere else other than this tier. Hüsler, thank you for coming. Lestienne, thank you. Purcell, thank you. Popirin, I mean, I do not like you, so I'm not going even to say thank you to you. No, Yoshihito Nishioka, again, thank you. Now that we have cleaned up the board a bit, I'll do it in order. So now, Auger-Aliassime, I think he will underperform. I mean, it's hard to say that he will underperform because he hasn't played well in recent months, but still, I'll put him in this tier. Berrettini is a sentimental pick for me because before the season I picked him to win the championships, but now I have no faith in him. But I'm still going to put him in contender to show that I still kinda sorta believe in him. Cerundolo, I mean, he's waiting for the Casper Ruud swing, I'm pretty sure. The younger Cerundolo will go to the same tier as his brother. Maxime Cressy, even though he has a huge serve, I still don't believe that he will do anything, so thank you for coming. Korea, Casper Ruud swing. Cecchinato, Casper Ruud swing. Carbalas Benic, Casper Ruud swing. Not sure who even this guy is, but it's Kachin, okay, Kachin, Casper Ruud swing. Borna Choric, he is going to underperform, I think, because, I don't know, he hasn't showed the best tennis on on grass court this grass court season, so I'm hoping that he would be a contender, but still I do not believe that he will do anything of note here. Who the fuck is that guy? I'm not even sure, but I'll guess he's English, so here because of the passport. Next up is Novak Djokovic, and I don't think there is any need to build suspense on who will become the champion this year, so I'll just put him in the champion tier list. Unfortunately, he has no real opponents, and it is what it is. Unfortunately, he will win this Wimbledon, and I don't think we will see any fun happening this year. Next up is Grigor Dimitrov, and I hope that he will be a contender for at least top 8, so I'm putting him in the contender tier. Hugo Deli and Casper Ruud swing. Laszlo Gere, Casper Ruud swing. Alex de Minaur, I actually think that he will go to the top 8. I hope, maybe it's wishful thinking, but still, I need some new fresh blood in top 8 of the Wimbledon, so Alex de Minaur will be that fresh blood that I want to see. Chris Eubanks is going to just be a guy in the tournament. Echeverry is waiting for the Casper Ruud swing. Taylor Fritz is not going to the top 8, but he will be a contender. Galan is waiting for the Casper Ruud swing. Talon Grigspor is going to be a contender contender. I think maybe it's a rogue shout, but I still think that that he will be able to at least go to the last 16 maybe. I'm hoping, because he has shown pretty good game on grass courts. Hubert Hurkacz will go to the top 8 in this year's Wimbledon Championships. I know that he hasn't played pretty great tennis this year, but I still think that his huge serve and great return will pay dividends this year. So go to the top 8, my friend Hubert. Borna Goyo is... yeah, he's going here. Thank you for coming. Lloyd Harris is going to the same tier. Hugo Humbert is going to be a contender this year, in my opinion. Even though he has been choking a lot of winnable matches, I still think that he will do at least better than expected at this year's Wimbledon. Nicholas Jarry is actually going to be a contender as well, in my opinion. John Isner needs to retire, so I don't know, thank you for coming. Carlos Alcaraz is going to the top 8 of the Wimbledon Championships, and hopefully we will see another Djokovic-Alcaraz match in this tournament, because the last one was a pretty underwhelming match. Sebastian Corda is going to the top 8 as well. He has shown that he has game for the grass courts, and hopefully his confidence will result in at least top 8 result at the Wimbledon Championships. Krajinovic is waiting for the Casper Ruud swing. Maybe Jason Kubler is just another guy. Aslan Karatsev is waiting for a fixable match, but still, thank you for coming. Nick Kyrgios is an interesting one. He has played one match against Yibing Wu in the lead up to the Wimbledon Championships, and he was awful there. He didn't look like himself, so I'm afraid that I will put him in the underperformer tier. It is what it is. I'm not happy that I'm doing that, but still I have to be objective here. Dominik Koepfer is going to the thank you for coming list. Miomir Kecmanovic is going to the same list. Dusan Lajovic is waiting for the Casper Ruud swing. Musetti is going to be a contender. Andy Murray, I think he will impress his own people. He will impress everyone watching it. He will go to the top 8. Adrian Manarino is going to be a contender, in my opinion. He has been underrated on grass courts, so I think that he will show that he can play on these Wimbledon courts as well. Thiago Monteiro is waiting for the Casper Ruud swing. Daniil Medvedev is going to be a contender still, even though he hasn't shown the best results on grass. I still believe that he will be at least a contender for the top 8. Alexander Müller is waiting for the Casper Ruud swing. Jaume Munar is doing the same. Mo Chen is doing the same. Mote is doing the same. Baez is doing the same. Nakashima is going to be a contender, in my opinion, because he has shown that he can play on grass courts last year. He actually played pretty well against Kyrgios, but then he got beat, obviously, but still, he was no slouch. Cam Norrie is going to be a contender. Hopefully, he will show his A game in front of his own people. Christopher O'Connell is going to fill up the numbers here. Sebastian Ofner is doing the same. Some dude, who even is that guy? I'm not even sure. I'll put him as someone who is waiting for the Casper Ruud swing. The penis man, Ryan Peniston, is here because of his passport. Tommy Paul, I mean, I would hope that he would be a contender, but I think that he will be just another guy this tournament. Holger Rune is going to underperform, I think. I'm sorry for those who are Holger Rune fans, as I am one of those as well, but still I have a fear that he will play pretty bad tennis in Wimbledon, so he will underperform. Ramos Vinolas is going to the Casper Ruud swing. Milos Raonic is going to be a dark horse. Hopefully he will be 100% and he will go at least some rounds further than it was expected before the tournament. Arthur Rintonec is here just to fill up the numbers. Andrey Rublev is going to be a contender, but not in the top 8. I don't think he will do enough to be one of the top 8 players on grass courts. My boy Casper Ruud is going to his own tier, so there is no question where he is going to be placed. Emil Ruusuvuori is going to be a dark horse this tournament, because I feel that he has game to show on grass courts in this tournament in Wimbledon. And the next one up is Jannik Sinner, who has a very similar game to Emil Ruusuvuori, but I'm sorry for the Carrot boys, but I think that he is going to be a fraud this tournament. Why do I think that? Is because, I don't know, I have believed in him for this whole year and he hasn't done anything of note. Whenever there's a big match, he just doesn't perform, so I think I will put him as a fraud just because I want to jinx him, and I hope that he will show that I was wrong. Jan-Lennard Struff is going to be a contender. Diego Schwartzman is waiting for the Casper Ruud swing. Denis Shapovalov, thank you for coming. Lorenzo Sonego, thank you for coming. Roman Safiulin, just go away. Where should I put you? I mean, thank you for coming. Domi team, thank you for coming. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't want to say bad things about Domi, but I don't know what to do with him. Yeah, hopefully he can recover from his injury mentally. And yeah, I'm waiting for great tennis for him, but I am feared that we will not see great tennis for him ever. Jordan Thompson is going to the same tier. Francis Tiafoe is going to the top 8. I believe that he can show that he is capable of playing great tennis on grass court. He has a nice serve, he has variety in his ground strokes, and he is agile, so hopefully this will result in a top 8 showing. My friend, Stefanos Tsitsipas, my favorite player on tour, wink wink. I mean, there is no other tier where I should put him apart from the fraud tier. I really don't see him doing anything of note this tournament. Vasily, thank you for coming. Borik van de Zandschulp is just here for the numbers. This random guy is very random, so I don't know. Thank you for coming. Varias is waiting for the Casper Ruud swing. Stan Wawrinka is going to be in a tier with thank you for coming, guys. Michael Emer, thank you for coming. Bernabe Zabata Miralles is waiting for the Casper Ruud swing. Zheng, thank you for coming. Alexander Zverev is going to fill up the last place in the top 8, and my last dark horse pick is Artur Fils. Maybe he will show that I'm a dumbass and just lose in the first round, but still, it is what it is. So this is my tier list. If you have any problems with it or you want to complete your own, then I will leave the link in the description. Comment down below whether you liked my picks or you didn't. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, take it easy, my friend.